Sudhir Venkatesh, gang leader for a day, a rogue sociologist takes to the streets. Welcome to the fascinating world of South Chicago's Robert Taylor Homes, where crime, poverty, and an underground economy collide to create a unique and challenging environment. Gang leader for a day, a rogue sociologist takes to the streets by Sudhir Venkatesh delves into the daily reality of residents struggling to survive amidst gang activity and social strife. The book offers an immersive look into the role gangs play in the community, the illicit economies and relationships that drive the projects, and how personal struggle and ambition can intertwine in unexpected ways. Prepare to be drawn into a world fraught with danger, power dynamics, and intricate social mechanisms that challenge conventional wisdom.
Unseen Entrepreneurs of South Chicago. South Chicago's Robert Taylor Homes public housing project may have a 96% official unemployment rate, but a thriving underground economy proves otherwise. Women in the community often provide services like babysitting, fortune-telling, and tax preparation to others, while banding together to support one another's needs like childcare and carpooling. Additionally, they pool resources to fix broken appliances, as the Chicago Housing Authority is often unhelpful. Men, on the other hand, find different ways to earn money, including manual labor, selling Social Security cards, and even helping residents steal utilities for their homes. Despite high reported unemployment rates, South Chicago's residents demonstrate resourcefulness and resilience through various entrepreneurial activities. Unanswered calls in the projects. The housing projects are infamously plagued by crime, but residents are often left to fend for themselves as 911 calls go unanswered. Police presence is not only scarce but unwelcomed, leaving communities to self-regulate in dire situations. Corruption among some officers only adds to the distrust, even as honest officers fear for whistleblowers' safety. In the crime-infested world of housing projects, residents frequently encounter violent incidents such as assaults and shootings. Yet, they're caught in a predicament when it comes to seeking help from the police. The grim reality is that emergency calls from notorious housing estates are mostly ignored, forcing inhabitants to handle emergencies on their own. One shocking example saw a group of residents intervene during a violent attack on a woman. Rather than dialing 911, they beat the attacker and personally drove the victim to the hospital, knowing a call for help might never be answered. Even in the rare instances that police do respond, their presence is met with hostility as they face the wrath of residents who throw bottles or even fire gunshots at them. But this tense relationship isn't entirely unprovoked. Corrupt officers like Officer Jerry engage in despicable acts, such as brutalizing housing project residents for extortion. It's this combination of police negligence, hostility, and corruption that perpetuates a vicious cycle of mistrust and lawlessness in these communities. Gangs, beyond crime and violence. Gang activity often equates to crime and violence, however, analyzing the local activities of the Chicago-based Black Kings gang reveals a different story. Despite their notorious reputation, the gang provides a sense of order within its territory. They safeguard elders, help vulnerable families, and even subdue drug operations. They contribute financially to communal resources, youth centers, and sporting events. However, their generosity comes with a price. Residents must remain silent about the gang's criminal activities. Interestingly, the Black Kings also strive to instill a sense of discipline among their members, monitoring their education, punishing school suspensions, and mandating members to abstain from drugs. Although their positive actions cannot justify their illegal activities, the Black Kings' involvement in their community is a complex blend of harmful and constructive activities. The Black Kings' dark influence. The development of a close relationship with the local leader of the Black Kings gang gave the author insight into the gang's detrimental effects on the housing project community. Their primary income source comes from drug dealing, leading to widespread addiction and occasional drug use amongst residents. The gang also enforces a ruthless extortion system that requires all tenants running businesses to pay protection money, without exception. This rule even extends to elderly women selling candy and prostitutes who must hand over a significant portion of their earnings. Non-compliance results in brutal punishment, as evidenced by the near-death beating of a hairdresser who refused to pay. Additionally, rumors speculate that gang members engage in the abuse of women, both sexually and physically. The Black King's presence creates a dangerous environment plagued by violence, shootings, and turf wars, which often endanger innocent bystanders. JT, an unconventional manager. JT, the Black King's local leader, possesses strong managerial qualities, although he utilizes them in a gang context. A college-educated, charismatic leader, JT uses conflict resolution techniques, performance assessments, and financial incentives to maintain order and discipline. While his managerial skills parallel mainstream occupations, it is worth noting that most gang members barely earn more than minimum wage, highlighting the precarious nature of their lives. In the unconventional realm of the Black Kings, JT emerges as a unique leader, having once worked a traditional sales job in Chicago. Faced with resolving gang wars, JT leverages a local pastor as a mediator while also working with building managers to address internal disputes. This mediation benefits both gang members and affected tenants, fostering a positive dialogue between parties. Despite the unconventional nature of his role, JT resembles a skilled manager in his approach to handling subordinates, gathering data from his sales directors through regular interviews. Asking probing questions and demanding structured reports keeps everyone in check while also allowing JT to stay informed about any potential issues. In true management fashion, JT employs monetary rewards in the form of attractive bonuses for stellar performance and harsh penalties for subpar results. However, the reality is that the majority of gang members earn meager salaries, putting their lives at risk for a minimal return, far from the glamour typically associated with gang life. Unconventional managerial lessons. When the author jokingly claimed that being a gang leader seemed like an easy job, local leader JT challenged him to try it for a day. Surprisingly, the day began with typical managerial tasks like delegating responsibilities and negotiating deals with external parties. However, the true nature of gang leadership emerged when the author had to address a dispute between two members, where one had stolen drugs. As the leader, the author was expected to punish the culprit, but he couldn't bring himself to do it. Instead, JT brutally beat the guilty member. The day was supposed to end with an update on the team's drug sales, but JT resumed control, handling the illegal aspect himself. Intriguingly, a gang leader's role shares similarities with a conventional manager, save for the violent consequences of unmet expectations. The complex role of Ms. Bailey. Ms. Bailey, the building manager of the Robert Taylor homes, plays a crucial yet controversial role in this challenging community. Acting as the main liaison with the Chicago Housing Authority, CHA, she facilitates necessary bribes to make even the simplest repairs possible. She nurtures and supports the project's children by providing them with safe havens, free health checkups, and food when their drug-addicted parents fall short. On the other hand, Ms. Bailey is far from a saint. She reluctantly accepts bribes from gang leaders and uses her power and influence to favor some tenants while neglecting others. Despite her harsh environment, the residents feel a sense of powerlessness without her support. At the heart of the Robert Taylor homes, the building manager, Ms. Bailey, wields both positive and negative influence within the community. Physically stout and determined, Ms. Bailey serves as a vital link between the housing estate's residents and the CHA. However, living in this community comes with its set of challenges that require circumventing the system with bribes, which Ms. Bailey facilitates, to accomplish even basic tasks like fixing a broken sink. Protecting the community's children is Ms. Bailey's priority. In the absence of adequate support from city social services, she arranges free health checkups at local clinics, ensuring these vulnerable children are cared for when their parents are unable to fulfill their responsibilities. Ms. Bailey's watchful presence guarantees safety and nourishment for these young souls. But Ms. Bailey's role in the community is not without controversy. The bribe she takes from gang leaders by her silence, enabling a thriving criminal underworld in the projects. While she utilizes these ill-gotten funds for the betterment of both the tenants and herself, this arrangement perpetuates a cycle of crime and poverty. Moreover, Ms. Bailey's ambition and consciousness of her power leads her to show favoritism towards certain tenants at the expense of others. Ultimately, life at the Robert Taylor homes revolves around Ms. Bailey's influence, and without her, the residents would struggle to maintain any sense of control or stability. Unraveling life in housing projects. Diving into a research project in the crime-ridden and impoverished Robert Taylor homes, the author encountered several challenges. Initially attempting conventional academic approaches, he soon realized the need to immerse himself in the community's daily life. This decision led to issues regarding objectivity, as residents questioned his loyalty, and he became emotionally invested in their lives. Furthermore, the author faced legal concerns due to his exposure to illegal activities, as sociologists lack the legal protection journalists have in maintaining source confidentiality. In the heart of the crime-infested and poverty-stricken Robert Taylor homes, a research project set out to explore the lives of its residents. Traditional academic approaches proved fruitless, so to truly understand the inner workings, a closer look with a personal perspective was needed. By immersing himself in the community's day-to-day life, the author faced numerous inherent challenges. Maintaining objectivity proved difficult as the author navigated between different groups, including tenants, the building manager, and gang members like the Black Kings. The struggle to remain neutral prompted questions from these groups, who wanted to discern whose side he was on, especially when he interacted with rival factions. As the years went by, the emotional connection to the community deepened, with the author forming close bonds with key individuals, such as gang leader JT, further compromising his impartiality. Another obstacle faced by the author lay in the blurred lines of legality. By spending time in close proximity to gang members, he inevitably became privy to a wealth of information on their illicit activities. His academic advisors, concerned about potential legal repercussions, recommended seeking legal counsel. Consequently, the author found himself caught between his duty to report plans of violence to the police and the fear of betraying his sources. Sociologists do not enjoy the legal protections journalists have to keep their sources confidential, leaving the author with a potential dilemma: withhold crucial information, face jail time, or risk his life by breaking the trust of those he had befriended.
In conclusion, Sudhir Venkatesh's Gang Leader for a Day takes readers through the labyrinthine social structure within South Chicago's Robert Taylor homes. We have explored the complexities that govern life within this realm, from the intricate personal relationships between gang members, tenants, and the building manager, to the unconventional connections that drive gang activity and political influence. By comprehensively examining societal connections and the underground economy, this book invites readers to rethink their assumptions about gang activity and its impact on communities, while highlighting the profound resilience and resourcefulness of those who live within these challenging environments. By providing a deeper understanding of this intricate world, we can better comprehend the challenges faced by the residents and the resilience of the human spirit, in even the most trying circumstances.